You know, it's the age-old debate, right? Cats versus dogs. It feels like a line has been drawn in the sand forever. And let's be honest, Team Dog has always been pretty loud about it. But today, we're going to flip the script and dive into the really compelling and often overlooked case for cats.
So, you've been thinking about it. Bringing a new furry friend into your home. It's an exciting idea, but then reality kind of kicks in. All the what-ifs and the I don't knows start piling up. It's a huge commitment for sure, and there are some very real things to think about.
Maybe you're looking at your calendar and it is just packed, with barely any time for yourself, let alone a pet. Or maybe you're glancing around your apartment and thinking, it's cozy, but where would an animal even go? And then, of course, there's the money, the effort, the potential noise. These are all totally valid worries, especially with how we live today. But what if I told you that the perfect answer to all those concerns might be quieter, more independent, and just a better fit for your life than you ever imagined? Let's dig into why the solution might just be purring right there in front of you.
Okay, first up, let's talk about lifestyle. Because really, it's not about totally upending your life for a pet. It's about finding a pet that fits the life you already have. And this, right here, is where cats just start to make so much sense.
This has got to be the #1 reason people hesitate. You work long hours, you want to have a social life, maybe you travel. The thought of a pet that needs your constant attention can feel, well, impossible. It's a really common problem.
And that's where the cat comes in. Cats are the absolute masters of independence. I mean, they sleep for about 15 hours a day. Think about that. So while you're out at work, your cat is most likely taking a nap. They don't need your undivided attention 24/7. In fact, they're perfectly happy to just do their own thing.
Okay, next hurdle, space. A lot of us live in cities, and that usually means a smaller living space. You might look at your apartment and think, there's just no way an animal could be happy here.
But here's where we need to kind of shift our thinking. For a cat, it's not just about square footage on the floor. They are experts at using vertical territory. That cat tree, the back of the sofa, a sturdy bookshelf, that all becomes part of their world. Plus, and this is a big one, no mandatory trips outside for potty breaks, which is a huge relief if you live on the 10th floor.
Let's talk about noise. Whether you work from home or you just really value a quiet space, a barking dog can be a major issue, not just for you, but for your neighbors too.
The solution here is pretty straightforward. I mean, think about it. Even when a cat is really trying to get your attention, that insistent meow is just on a completely different planet from a bark echoing down the hallway. For a quieter life, the cat is the clear winner. All right, moving on from lifestyle, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about the actual effort and the cost involved, because at the end of the day, the practical stuff really matters.
You hear that phrase low maintenance thrown around, but what does it really mean for a cat owner? Well, it means no mandatory walks every single day, rain or shine. It means they're incredibly clean and handle most of their own grooming, and it means you're not spending weeks on end trying to teach them basic obedience.
Seriously, house training a puppy can be a long, drawn-out process. But house training a kitten, it's almost automatic. Their instincts are so sharp that you basically just have to provide the litter box, show them where it is once, and that's it. They've got it from there. It's actually amazing.
And then, of course, there's the bottom line, the money. According to data from groups like the ASPCA, the numbers are pretty clear. Over their lifetime, cats just generally cost less. They eat less, they need fewer toys to stay happy, and their grooming is way less expensive than a medium or large dog's.
And hey, here's a little bonus perk you might not have even thought about. Cats are natural hunters. That instinct means you get a tiny, furry security system for your home, protecting you from any unwanted mice or bugs. Sometimes, just their scent alone is enough to keep pests away. Okay, so we've covered all the practical stuff, but honestly, the reasons to own a cat go so much deeper than that. Let's talk about the incredible payoff for your health and for your heart.
When you bring a pet home, you're looking for a long-term friend, right? A real companion. While with cats, that bond can last a very, very long time. It's not at all unusual for indoor cats to live well into their late teens or even their 20s.
But here's where it gets truly fascinating. Their companionship doesn't just benefit them. There is real, scientific proof that owning a cat has a profound positive effect on you.
Just look at this number, 30%. A huge 10-year study found that cat owners were 30% less likely to die of a heart attack or a stroke. That is an absolutely incredible health benefit just from having a cat in your life.
And it doesn't stop there.
That simple, rhythmic act of petting a cat, it's been shown to be incredibly calming and can actually lower your blood pressure. And that gentle, vibrating purr, so many people find it's like a natural sleep aid. It's like having a tiny, furry wellness machine. And for families, check this out. A study from the National Institutes of Health found that kids who were exposed to a cat before their first birthday were less likely to develop all kinds of allergies later on, not just to pets, but to things like dust mites and grass, too.
So when you put it all together, how well they fit our modern lifestyles, the lower cost and effort, and these truly surprising health benefits, it really makes you rethink what the ideal pet actually looks like.
When you look at the whole picture, their quiet independence, how perfect they are for apartment living, the incredible health payoffs, it becomes pretty clear that for so many of us, the perfect companion has been there all along, just quietly waiting to be noticed.
Which brings us right back to where we started. The evidence is pretty compelling, and the benefits are clear. So the final question is, for anyone who's always been firmly on Team Dog, maybe it's time to consider a transfer.